guys, this is EK1 Gaming here, and today's video I'm going to be bringing you a pretty beast of a rifle build. Now I never thought I'd be bringing out a rifle build so fast after TU9. However, this seems to be hitting real hard and doing the job as it should be done. Of course, they nerfed the M1A, so we've had to look for different alternatives in terms of rifle play especially. So now getting into the build, it's going to be a similar setup to the M1A build. So you're going to need 3 pieces of Providence defense. First off, I go with the mask, which gives me weapon damage, crit chance, and a crit hit damage mod. These mods seem to be really dropping high right now. So go and farm where the mods are. The crit chance and crit damage mod seems to be just up. I don't know what's happening, but yesterday we got quite a few high rolled ones. Chest piece, we're of course running the perfect glass cannon, which is called the Sacrifice, and it's a Providence defense chest. Now on this you got weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and a crit damage mod. Again, you can see that crit damage mod is really high. You don't have to have all this high gear, but the higher the better, of course. Holster, we have gone for Seska Vairoba with weapon damage, crit chance. If you notice, everything is crit damage, crit chance in this build. The backpack we're using is the same as the rifle build before. Weapon damage, crit chance, and then a crit damage mod again. And also we're using companion. Now you can switch out companion for many different things. Bloodsucker being one of them. There's a lot of different talents you can use. Composure, while you're in cover, increases total weapon damage by 15%. You know, there's a lot of different ones you can use because now you're going to have to be in cover quite a lot. You can also use perfect vigilance if you want. I personally don't like it, but it is an option. So as long as you've got like crit damage, crit chance, you should be good. And of course, companion gives you 15% weapon damage when you're within 5 meters of either an ally or a skill. Now, the gloves I'm using, I've gone for the Grupa Sombra to get the 15% crit damage. I've gone weapon damage, and crit chance. Of course, again, they're not maxed out on this one, but it's just something that I farmed for yesterday. Previously, we used the contractor's gloves here, but I just feel that getting that extra 15% crit damage here is actually working better for me. Knee pads, we're sticking to the standard Fox's Prayer knee pads because I think they're still kind of best in slot, especially for rifle. Because they are Overlord ornaments, you literally get the rifle 10% rifle damage from this, as well as 8% damage to target out of cover, weapon damage, and crit damage. You could, if you just got a standard set of Overlord ornaments, you could just put crit chance there instead. But for the sake of like 6% crit chance, I'd rather have 8% damage to target out of cover. Now, looking at the guns. Now, this is what everyone wants to see, right? The first gun I'm using is a SOCOM M1A. Now, you can use the M1A CQB, but I got the SOCOM with a not bad roll. It's not the greatest roll, but I haven't recalibrated this yet either. So what I would do is either probably change Sadist to like Boomerang or something like that. Something to give me a bit more damage. But generally you want rifle damage, crit damage. This one here can be pretty much any damage talent. So you don't really want stability on it if you can help it. But of course, you can only re-roll one thing. So let's just take a look for you guys what you can actually put on it. Oh, actually get to the right one first. Here we go. SOCOM M1A. I don't think I have all mine unlocked. But yeah, so Boomerang you can put on there for the talent. For this, I'd probably go crit chance. And then you can drop down some crit chance on the actual build itself. Or headshot damage. You don't really need mag size on SOCOM M1A because the mag's 10. But you could drop it on there. It's an option for you guys. It's however you really want to run it, depending on your crit chance that you've actually got on the build. For example, let's just put crit chance on it now, and you'll see the build change. So we're going to just drop crit chance on that while we're on stream. So it's going to be maxed out crit chance. We'll leave Sadist on there because purely for the fact we already have another rifle here to use as well. So basically going into the secondary weapon, It's called the Virginia, or the Virginian. If you don't know where to get this from, go and get it from the DZ. Especially if you look at the target loot, if rifles are in the DZ, which they are today, DZ left, look, west. So today is the day you're going to be seeing the video, which is the 22nd of April. Go in there today and farm for this. It's a DZ exclusive drop. It's basically the 1886. If you've got the 1886, this one. It's basically the 1886, but it has perfect boomerang on there. So critical hits have 75% chance to return the bullet to the mag. If a bullet is returned to the mag, the next shot has a 50% increased damage. Think of that. Think of that. Now, I need a better rolled one, so today I will be farming for this. So 11% rifle damage, crit damage, damage to armor. Again, you can switch the damage to armor to something different, but basically that's what you want. Raw damage on the Virginia. So let's go into the stats for the SOCOM M1A. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying, hey, that my build's maxed out crit damage. Well, that's lies because they had 160%. Now I'm going to show you what actually nearly maxed out looks like. This is not fully maxed out because my watch, let me just show you the watch. Crit damage on my watch is very low. I'm only putting an extra 3.2. So I've got an extra 16.8 damage going on here. Crit hit damage. So it will go over 200% crit damage. Now, on the stats, crit chance 60%. It's maxed out, okay? You cannot go over 60%. Crit damage 187.5. Headshot damage 70%. And then if you go down slightly, you'll see that we have some 40% rifle damage and 91.6% all weapon damage bonus. So you can see that that build actually hits hard. This is a hard hitting M1A. It doesn't hit the base damage as the old M1A, but the rate of fire is there for it. You can really spam it. And it's got the crit chance and crit damage. Now going on to the Virginian, we have got 51.4% crit chance, 172.5% crit damage. The reason the crit chance and crit damage is low on this is because you can only mod one item on the actual Virginian. And also the 1886. So you don't have all the mods that are on the SOCOM M1A where you can put crit chance, crit damage, etc. So again, it's just going to look the same. 70% headshot damage, crit chance. Now, let me just show you my watch fully so you know what I'm running, so you know if you can get to these numbers. So my weapon damage is maxed out on there, so we got the extra 10%. Crit chance is at 3.2%, which is low still. Crit damage, again, is only at 3.2. I haven't done anything with headshot damage yet. I've then got max armor, a little bit of health, maxed out the reload speed, and also halfway pretty much on the ammo capacity. Then I'm nearly maxed out skill damage, and skill haste is a little bit there as well. That's pretty much all I've done in terms of the watch. Now, in terms of specialization, I'm very limited because if you don't realize, I actually started playing on the PC only like a month or so ago, about maybe 2 months now. So specialization wise, I don't really have anything unlocked. I have gone for the gunner specialization. Just make sure you've got rifle unlocked on it, you know, so make sure you've got rifle damage 15%. I use it basically for the armor kits and the enemy, killing enemies grants 10% armor, which helps a lot with what I use. But you can, of course, use the sharpshooter, which would be good in this situation, especially for like headshots and stuff like that. So it's up to you really with the specialization. Just make sure you've got it maxed out as much as you can. Now we're going to go to the firing range and show you guys what it's going to do. So we're going to start with the M1A, the SOCOM M1A. So you can see 1.6 mil crits, which that's to the head. So it's not too bad actually. If we're looking at body, hold on, let's wait for it to come back. So body crits are going to be 1.3 million. But the thing is with this, look at how fast you can shoot it. Pretty quick, right? You can pretty much spam that fast. So you do get the damage. It's just over time, really, because you just really have to spam damage number. Now, if I put my skill out, which is going to proc the companion. 1.5 to the body. 1.8 to the head. Which to me is actually pretty good numbers for such a fast firing weapon. So we've gone 2.2 to the head this time. And we've actually added some bleed on there as well from status. So you can hit some good numbers. You know, there is some good numbers on there. It's going up to 2 point something to the head. Now let's get rid of the skill. And we will use the Virginian. So Virginian to the head is 3.2 million crit. So yeah, 3.2 million, which is pretty cool. To the body, 2.5. Again, pretty cool. 3 million to the body once you proc the boomerang. The 3 million shot to the body is not bad at all. And plus we've got that crit chance pretty high. So every other bullet basically crits in a way. So now let's put on companion with that as well. Let's see what we hit to the head. 3.7 million. Let's do some more headshots just to see. 3.7. See if we can proc boomerang with this. So 3.7 to the head. To the body. 2.9. Let's clear this because it's not going to proc right. So 2.9 to the body. 3.6 to the body. So 3.6 with boomerang and companion procced. And it's not bad firing really. You only get 5 rounds, but you can actually in the minor slot put magazine size in there, which I think gets you up to a maximum of 7 rounds, which is not the greatest. But when you're running it with the M1A as well, it's pretty good. Now for the pistol or whatever, I just use the boomstick. More than anything, it's just something to have fun with. Literally something to have fun with. So you can like 2-tap / 3-tap elite NPCs, which is pretty cool. I don't really use it that often, but yeah. So that's the general build, guys. Don't forget you can put up your SHD levels as well and get some more crit damage on there. It's going to be pretty crazy once I've maxed all this out, and of course there's room for me to max out talents and stats as well. So in terms of skills, I'm just going to use the drone, which is the fixer drone. That's basically just to keep it next to me because it will proc companion. And then I'll use the hive because we're using perfect glass cannon. You need to be picked up. So the hive is pretty much important to this build. I hope you guys enjoyed this build video. If you did, hit the like button. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me if you could change one thing of the build. What would it be? Let me know what you're running. I'm going to be testing other builds. There's going to be a lot of build videos coming out over the next couple of weeks. So you guys can get those meta builds going again and also get a lot of damage going. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next one. Let's go!